to make several videos that go through our whole newest collection, the Beauty Box. In each of these videos, we're going to go section by section to make sure you really understand what each of these actions are for, how to use them, and how to use them for the best for your image. Within this collection, you will see that we have the pre-edit. It says take snapshot and flatten. This is only available for the full versions of Photoshop. For Photoshop Elements users, this is unable to be used, so it is not included in your set. All of our other actions are. This is the only one that we were unable to put and utilize for your program. However, for full Photoshop users, all of our actions work best played off your background layer. So if you've already been making edits and adjustments to your image and you have a bunch of different layers already going, it is best to save your document and before you apply any of these actions to it. This action right here simply just allows you to take a snapshot, so it will be in your history, and also flatten all of your layers into your main background layer. So if I just press play, it's going to have a pop-up box that tells you exactly what I just told you. It's going to flatten your image and create a snapshot of your work. And just press continue, and then it has already done that and created a snapshot for us. If you go up to your history panel, you're going to see your image that you started with, and then a snapshot right here of what we're going to start working on. So you can always revert back to your image that you prior were making edits to, and do away with any edits you've made with this collection. So the first section we're going to work on is the Beauty Essentials. This section includes 6 actions. You can start your image off using these. You can come back to them later on after you've retouched your image, however you want to use it. But the first action here is clean base. And what it basically does is just kind of clean up your image, bring back some details, warm it up a little bit, just some basic cleaning of the image. You don't have to use this if you've already made edits or your image doesn't need any base editing, then you won't have to use it. But I'll go ahead and press play just so you can kind of see what it does to the image here. It's just going to clean it up, kind of warm it up a little bit. So if I turn off the grouped layers, you'll see the before, and I will turn it on. And this is the after. And it just really warmed it up and, gave us some crisp details here, just some minor changes for the image. Again, you don't have to use this at all, but it is available if you'd like to. And within this group layer, you also have all of our adjustment layers in here. Change opacities, erase back on the image, things like that, or turn off and on the layers. We completely leave them indestructible so you can edit each layer as you need. The next one is our Essentials Base Designer. I use our Base Designer on almost every image that I ever edit with, and what it allows me to do is I'm going to go ahead and press play here. It allows a whole lot of different adjustments to your image. The layers will be turned off so you can add and edit to your image how you want it. If you open up the group layers, you will see that there's many options in here. From fixing your shadows, underexposure, warm it up, cool it down, add some fill flash, things like that, sharpen your image. So you can make these adjustments here, like if I just fix the shadows, you can see that it brightens up some of those shadows in there, or fix the highlights where there were some shiny areas here on our face. If I fix the highlights, it kind of adjusts all that and doesn't blow out anything. So if you need to fix highlights, that's available. Your mid-tone booster, you can sharpen your image. If it's overexposed, dehazer, if it's a little hazy, not as crisp as you would like it, turn that layer on and adjust how you see fit. You can also adjust all the opacity layers of every of these adjustments here. Deepen the color, add some contrast to your image, add some color, warm it up. If it's a little too cool on the blue side, using the warm it up kind of helps even out those neutral tones. And the same for the cool it down. If it's too warm, if you use the cool it down, it will do the opposite and just neutralize those colors in your image. You can add some fill flash. This adds light to the center of your image as if you were using your flash. Or if you did use your flash taking your image, it can also help emphasize the flash. And you can also, again, adjust the opacities if it's too much and if you need more. We have a Make It Matte option, which adds a really beautiful matte touch to your image once you're finished. And with the Make It Matte, we also have a Soft Haze, which is a little bit brighter than the matte, and but still beautiful as well. So you can go through there and adjust these however you want to, turn off non-layers and play with the opacities and just find what works for you in your image. The next one is the Essentials Erase Paste. And what this does is if you have like some lines or wrinkles, whether that's on the skin or even in clothing, in the hair, if there's like a spot that you just kind of want to smooth out, this is what this action will do for you. Once it's done playing, you just make sure your black layer mask is selected. You have a white, round, soft brush. And all you do is, what I'm going to do down here is like a strand of hair right here. So if you just watch here, I can just go over it and it takes it away and it smooths it out. And that's one of the fun things about this action here. It just, simple fine lines and wrinkles, things like that. And again, you don't have to just use it on the skin. You can use it on clothing. You've got, wrinkles, anything of that nature. It really helps out smooth those areas. The next action we have is the De-Slick Shine Control. And what it does is on your image, if you have like some really bright and highlighted areas on the skin, and kind of lost some details, a little too bright compared to the rest of the subject's face or arms, legs, anything like that, this will help tone it down and neutralize how the light was hitting the face. So, and it's also customized. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to press play. This pop-up box is going to tell you that another pop-up box is going to pop up, which is an adjustment layer. It's a colored adjustment layer. And we're going to match the skin tone, and so we can neutralize these hot spots on our face. So once you have read that, just press continue. This box right here, you do not have to make any changes to anything here. Just press OK. And then our color picker pops up. And what you want to do is do not select the shiniest part that we want to fix. Don't select that part of the skin. You want to select a neutralized area where it's not too dark by shadows and it's not too bright by the highlights. So for this image, I'm just going to go right up here in her cheekbone area. And I'm going to press OK because it selected the color, and then press OK. And then you're going to get another pop-up that just tells you to make sure you paint on the black layer mask to apply this effect to your image. So with our white foreground color and our brush selected, all we have to do is just start painting over those really bright areas on the skin, and you can see that it's automatically dimming that down and making it blend more. So it's not so bright and blown out. So if I turn off the layer, you can see the before, and here's the after. And if it's not enough to neutralize for you, this layer here is set at 15%. So again, make those adjustments how you need them for your image. So you can increase the opacity, and you can also lower it down more than what it was. So whatever works for you in your image, it's very easy to use. The next action is the Essentials Hollywood Smile, and what this action was designed for is for the teeth of your subject. It will whiten them, so if there's stains, if they're a little bit yellow, it will whiten those, and then also brighten all at the same time. So if you press play, you'll get a pop-up box once it's done playing. Just to remind you again to make sure to use your black layer mask, and you have white as your foreground color and your brush selected. Each of these actions, I do have it built into where it should select your brush, and make sure you have the white as your foreground automatically, but always double check before you start painting. So within this, if you open the group layer, you will see the teeth bleaching and the teeth brightening. You can change, again, opacities to your needs. Everything is edible. So I'm going to make sure I have the black layer mask selected, and I will show you on our subject's teeth here just how this effect really works. So all you have to do is brush over the teeth, and here's our before and our after. It just brightened the teeth and made them whiter as well. The last action in our Beauty Essentials section is the SPF 100. And what this was designed for is if you have a client with sunburnt skin, like maybe you're editing a wedding and there's tan lines, or the bride got a little too red, or your subject, whomever, maybe they have rosacea, things like that. This is what this was designed for, to neutralize the over the reds. So I'm going to press this action and show you exactly how it neutralizes. You'll get a pop-up that tells you, again, to always make sure you get the black layer mask selected, and then we're going to go in and paint. Now I selected an image with a subject that had pretty sunburnt skin, so you could really see how it can take, a dramatic burn or redness, and how it can really pull that back and neutralize your image for you. So you just paint it on all over the red areas. and it helps just neutralize all that redness so you can finish editing your image. And again, you can open up this layer and you can adjust the adjustment layers within this group and the opacities. If it's too much, again, the whole group, you can change the opacities there as well. And also, if you need to neutralize even more, if it didn't correct it the first time, run the action again after you've made your adjustments with the first time. So that is it for this first section, and our next video will be about our flawless face. Thanks for watching.
Beautiful.